We all know the benefits of drinking water and keeping the body hydrated. Drinking alkaline water helps improve the blood's viscosity, which in turn helps the blood flow more efficiently through the body. DK Spring Water is alkaline water. DK Spring Water, bottled at the head of the springs in pristine Buff Bay, Portland. Available in 280 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 1.5 liter and 5-gallon bottles. Call 627-9114 to order yours today. DK Spring Water. Taste it, know it, love it.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Open Gate Show for Sunday, December 18th, 2022. There are 3 times when you can assure most adult human females are set aglow: Valentine's Day, and nearing their birthdays, the days nearing to Christmas, month ends, as well as Fridays. Today's racing was very interesting. It looked to be 5 wins for leading rider Dane Dawkins just before the gates opened in race 10 today. Well, you saw the race, and it begs to project nothing is sure except death and taxes. Fixed odds, it's really very interesting, and it's create a revolution in our local horse racing. The talk is people will be gravitating to bet with the fixed odds instead of the tote at Caymanas Park. It's a possibility that the fixed odds people, they are Australians, I would imagine, and it's obvious that chances are they will bring a lot of horses here. Who is going to train those horses? It's likely the top trainers. The original Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited, headed by Paul Ho, had top breeder from the Stronach group, the son of Mr. Frank Stronach. He was going to inject 70 horses, and they would be raffled at Caymanas Park, whereby each race day, whereby every trainer will be able to, well, if they're lucky, to get a horse, and the promoting company pays for it. Well, that's not so, and it is what it is. Post time for tomorrow's 9 race starts approximately 12 noon, and it's for 5-year-olds and up. It's a claiming race, 150 to 180. 6-year-olds and up who has only won once, as well as native bred 5-year-olds and up who also have won one race, are eligible. 9 declared, 5.5 furlongs or 1,100 meters they go. Number 4, Sly Stallone. Well, they've claimed this horse when he last raced. And number 7, who is here, Powder Princess, was a length in front of he over this very distance of 5.5 furlongs. Sly Stallone's form cycle was good with the former trainer, yet we know what the trainer's table can do. Let's see if he can get the better of number 7, Powder Princess here. Number 7, Powder Princess, renewed rivalry with number 4, Sly Stallone over identical distances and handicap. She broke a bit slowly out the gate and yet was in front of that one. Powder Princess has won twice the amount of races that her main rivals. And it's interesting what will happen comes tomorrow. It's the norm nowadays that the first race, there's an upset. So, let's see what that brings. Number 8, Nasdaq Princess, fresh and could figure in the lower exotics. Number 9, Storm Valley, down in claim after a dismal display approaching the winning post last week, the 10th of December, going 5.5 furlongs this very trip, and was up challenging on the lead and gradually faded approaching the winning post to be 6, 12 and 3/4 lengths. 6th to Diligent, Blue Attitude, Smart Tradition, quickly back for a new barn. Number 7 for me though, Party Princess, just over number 4, Slice to Load. It can go either way. For number 8, Nasdaq Princess. Number 9, Reluctancy, Storm Valley for the lower order. Incidentally, normally when you have a championship going head-to-head, I'm talking the Jockeys Championship, Dave Dawkins won 4 and extended lead. It's the norm that the jockey who is competing for the title, the next race meet, he will respond and respond well. So, for those historians, I guess you'll be on Anthony Thomas' ride tomorrow. Second race, 6.5 furlong, turning 100 meters. 7 were declared. It's a restricted allowance 4. It's for native at 5 and up who has only won 2 races, and imported 5-year-olds and up who has only won once. Number 1, Purposely, Fresh and Light, could get a place on the board. Number 2, Shashamari Dance, holding her form well since June. Number 3, Oh My Goodness, good factor in the minor placing. Number 5, Kunama, breaking better, could earn him a low exotic spot. Number 6, Deacon Springs, has been earning his keep. Number 7, Sensational Satin, expecting another blow-away win. So, number 7, Sensational Satin, from number 1, Purposely. Number 6, Deacon Springs. The Open Gate shouts out to all horsemen who are having issues. May God bless you. All horsemen should be blessed. Well, that's not my way to determine that. The Almighty will. All the best in the festive seasons for horsemen all over the world, and going into the year 2023, let's hope for better. 8 declared for this third race, 6.5 furlongs, or 1,300 meters. It's a made special weight race for native 2-year-olds. Number 1, a debutant by name Easy Peasy. Born the 22nd of February, a big coat by Casual Chick out of Baby P by Market Rally. Naya owns Richard and trained his wife Monique and bred this one. Kirkland Samuel as the groom. Then Dawkins ride. This horse will have tongue tie for his debut. Easy Peasy will need a bit more time. Number 2 at Romulus, ran even on debut. His sire, Lion Tamer, doesn't really have them running early, but this colt has improved some, and since his last race, and should be considered. Number 4, the Love of God, gets the visor off and tongue tie on after that very poor run on last. Number 5, Modern Miracle, stablemate of number 2, Anonymous, looking to be ready now as he caught my eyes Friday morning, looking very good. Number 6, Digital Light, ran well on debut for freshman sire, wanna be a player. Goes on the turn tomorrow and stretching out, and will be relaxed, I'm almost certain about that, and try to close. Number 5, Modern Miracle. Number 6, Digital Light. Number 2, Anonymous. Race number 4 for children up, an optional claim race, $450,000 to $550,000. Also eligible to be 5 years up who has only won 3 races, and imported 5 years up who has only won twice. 8 declared, 5 from straight or 1,000 meters straight, they go. Number 1, Bin Laden, has been gradually coming down in the claiming ranks since entering that class. He ran poor last 3 times, but the presence of Ryan Lewis, who won most of trainer Fitzroy Gillespie's races this season, says a lot. Fitzroy Gillespie had a good win today in race 9. Number 2, Dodger Slink, has to be considered surely. Number 4, Sudden Flight, won 4 races out the straight this season and is fit. Will be suited amongst these opponents. Number 5, Fabulosity, must not be ignored as any duplication of 19th of June run over this course. when finishing third, 3.5 lengths of City Council and Broken Light, especially with your favorite rider back in Roger Hewitt for velocity, should get on the board. Number 6, Lala Diva, Anthony Thomas takes this one, coming off stablemate. Number 5, for velocity. That's an interesting switch for a rider who is seeking to retain his title. Number 7, Dan Belied, could get a very low exotic placing, seeing that she's fresh. Number 8, Balazzo, won 14 races so far in his career, twice the amount over all horses in this race. In a new barn, could love the straight and well drawn. Top 4 for me. Number 4, Sudden Flight. Number 5, for velocity. Number 8, Palazzo. Number 2, Dodgers Link. And to a lesser extent, number 1, Bin Laden. Any one of those could win. We go for a break, and when we get back, we will continue.
We all know the benefits of drinking water and keeping the body hydrated. Drinking alkaline water helps improve the blood's viscosity, which in turn helps the blood flow more efficiently through the body. DK Spring Water is alkaline water. DK Spring Water, bottled at the head of the springs in pristine Buff Bay, Portland. Available in 280 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 1.5 liter and 5-gallon bottles. Call 627-9114 to order yours today. DK Spring Water. Taste it, know it, love it.
Welcome back. Race 5 goes 1,700 meters or 8.5 furlongs. 7 were declared. It's a restricted stake race. Imported Cheers and Up, who hasn't won 2 races, who hasn't won 3 races rather, and native trios and furrows, who have only won thrice. Number 2, the Citadel ran improved the second time, encountering the head cornerstone in a very fast pace on the 19th of November, going 2 turns, 9 furlong 25 yards at 44 to 1, led and only got beat 2.5 lengths behind the head cornerstone. Prior to that run on the 5th of November, going a mile, so the Citadel was more fancied at 7 to 1, and they got 17 lengths behind the head cornerstone, who won. A similar performance like on last would make him a top contender here. Number 3, political. Back to a preferred distance with the top rider in Tevin Foster. Need to break better though in order to have a say. Number 4, Stomp the Rhythm, a well-bred gelding who can improve more, seeing he sorted out now. Interesting until Thomas goes elsewhere to take this horse over the number 7 Power, who he will be riding. It's a switch. Then Dawkins is riding Stop the Rhythm. Anthony Thomas last rode this horse. Anthony Thomas goes for number 7 Power, who was ridden on the last time by Dane Dawkins. Number 6, Martin showed us a scope to improve, but I'm expecting this one to run okay, not to bother the principals. Number 7, Power, looked the winner when trying to go through the inner side of the winner. I realized on the 3rd of December, going 7 furlong, and was unlucky. Lost by a short head, can't get it, surely can get it done now. I'm taking number 7 Power over number 4 Stomp the Rhythm. Number 2, the Citadel, top 3 in this race. Number 3 Political could fight for the minor placing. Remember to subscribe to the Open Gate Show on YouTube. There's a lot for you to hear and see. It's easy, it's free. Ask someone to do it if you don't know how. 9 were declared for this race. 6, they go 800 meters. It's a restricted maiden condition race. The database shows only section 1. Number 3, Adina Marsh has speed, which is the requirement for this quick dash. Number 4, Select Me, coming off a high toss, fairly prepared and could be the preferred one over stablemate number 5 potential. Number 5 potential yet to show potential that he is of use. May do so now and get on the board. Number 7, Ophelia's mom ran okay when the tongue tie was off. On the 15th of, October? Yes, at 29-1, finished fourth, 4 lengths, ran even in that 4 straight race in a time of 47.25. The race was won by the gifted one, Adina Marsh. Number 3 was in that race and was a length and a half behind the winner, the gifted one. And Ophelia's mom was a further 2.5 lengths behind Adina's March. Ryan Lewis has been doing well, and he's up. Number 8, Special Gift, has been looking a different colt in the time where the gifts are in the air. So this could be a gift, and I'm expecting this one to at least get in the top 4. Number 3, Adina's March, just for number 4, Select Me. Number 8, Special Gift. Number 5, Potential. Number 7, Ophelia's Mom. Top 5. One of those should win. The Open Gate Show sending Christmas shout-outs to veteran trainers Bernard Vincent, Eddie Hamilton, Barry Dawes, Joe Thomas, Ethan Thomas, Enos Brown, Wayne and Margaret Parchment, Noel Eniver, Patrick Fung, Peter McMaster, Philip Fiani, Gary Sobrati, Trainer Francis, Fernando Geddes, Michael Hall, Ralph Roberts, Michael Marlowe, Raymond Townsend, Albert Chung, all horsemen. I hope you have happy holidays, and come 2023, you'll be there again to go on doing well or doing better. This race has 9 declared, section 2 of the maiden restricted race for native-bred trios, going 800 meters straight or 4 furlongs straight. Number 1, Adenosine, very speedy colt who was bought privately, seemingly has issues. Let's see if the Trader's Stables will have this one holding out to the end. Number 2, Keturah has accompanying speed on her shoulders. Therefore, leaving the gates promptly will be a big asset. Number 3, She's All That. Well, she is. She was the 3-5 favorite and last on the 26th of November, going 5.5 furlongs. Drawn on the inside and took no part in the race won by Melrick, 4-5 and Brent Quality. Chances are, don't it? Some will say, more than likely, she will break out the straight. Well, tomorrow we'll see about that. Number 4, posing already. You can pose, but for what? Shane Ellis gets the call, and a change of equipment is in that blinkers will be off and visor on. Looking smooth on the exercise track as usual, but has not performed as yet. Let's see what type of pose this colt will do. Number 6, Without Remorse, look to have this race in mind, but has to improve tremendously. Number 2, Keturah from number 4, posing already. Number 1, Adenosine. Number 6, Without Remorse. Race 8 goes 5 furlongs straight or 1,000 meters straight. 8 declared. This race is named in honor of Charles Ozzie, O.D., who was considered a 5 straight specialist. Past student of the great Jamaica College, he once rode a Kentucky Derby horse, spent the buck, and in the last minute, this horse had a change of jockey. A good painter, very quiet person, and a former steward at the Jamaica Racing Commission. He was the champion jockey once, won many races in Florida. This race is a restricted overnight allowance race. It's trails and up. Number one, Junko Jeff already won out this course and can use that value and get a low exotic spot. Number two, Baton Rouge has been holding decent form, but has it tough to overall one or two in order to win, especially with 57 kilos. Number three, Super Duper, doing well to maintain her form cycle. Will fight this out surely. Number four, the Good Witch. Never heard of a Good Witch, but what really is in a name? Always flattered this Good Witch on the exercise track, but only showed fair performance, except in last two starts. Getting first time figure eight in Jamaica could get her back to that form cycle. Wore the figure eight when overseas and was doing okay. Number five, Empire of the Cats rather, ran against the top trios of the season and did okay. Gets a refreshing and has his favorite rider returning in Shane Ellis. Look focused this week. I'm expecting a good run from this horse. Number six, Golden Walker should relish these opponents and is back at the root when she lost one and Kevin Foster returns. Number three, Super Duper. Number five, Emperor of the Cat. Number six, Golden Water. Top three. Then comes number four, the Good Witch, and number two, the Baton Rouge. Final race, race 9, named in honor of Royal Lancaster. This horse was owned by Ruth Hussey, trained by Norman Palmer. Emilio Rodriguez had this won quite a number of races on this grey colt. Royal Lancaster had great potential, but an issue came about, and that put a spoke in Royal Lancaster's wheel. Number one, 10 declared 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs. Number one, Rhythm, the U.S. importee who is yet to show value. What she possesses should be seen here, as this is a weak set. Bar number four, No More Deals. Number four, No More Deals was privately bought, the one to beat on paper. Number five, Whiskey could enter the reckoning for a low placing. Number six, One Like It, has used and make a strong two-pronged entry for trainer Gresford Smith, who also trains number four, No More Deals. Number seven, Last Bid, was showing good value in first 7 career starts against reasonable company, but that weight could upset and could even get in at least get into the exotics. Well, it all depends on how physically sound this last bid is. It's the last race, last bid, and we're in the last season. So, for those who plays the rake. Number 9, Sergeant Charge, back at the distance he won at. Number 4 for me, No More Deals. From number 1, Rhythm. Number 7, Last Bid. Number 6, One Like It. Number 5, Whiskey, or number 9, Sergeant Charge for the minor placings. Good luck and hope all the best going into the Christmas weekend. And you can join me next week. Remember to subscribe to the Open Gate Show on YouTube. Take care.